Hey everyone, welcome back to more Chrono Trigger, where we kind of just went through all the endings in the last episode. It was a pretty long doozy of an episode, but now we're going to do the Lost Sanctum. And we're going to get to the Dimensional Vortex at some point, but this, from here on out, is exclusively DS content. So if you're playing the original Super Nintendo version, you do not have any of this content at all. So you're pretty much done with the game. Super Nintendo version, you're done with the game. DS version onward, no, you still have more to do. Technically, this content could have been done anytime. Like, the moment that the Black Omen shows up is when this content shows up to begin with. These little green portals here. These are there when this Black Omen shows up. You could have done it then. Honestly, it probably would have been maybe slightly better to do it then. But either way, you have this like little teeny gap that you can kind of just squeeze through and then just go in right over here. It looks like everyone's all right. I wonder if there are any people here. I wonder indeed. Let's go find out. Look at all those monsters. We better head back. Ironically enough, this party lineup is the, well, not this party lineup in general, but this party has gone through Lavos so many times. So yeah, I'm kind of high level. For the most part, I played through the game a lot of times. This is right before Lavos. I already went through the Black Omen on present day. So it's just kind of funny that it's here in the past. But yeah, 8 hours of me just playing through the game. You can play this game super quick. It's insane. Like, if you just skip all the dialogue, this game is super short. It's easy speedrunning game, honestly. I mean, maybe not me at a professional level, mind you. But yeah, either way. So we can't really head to the Lost Sanctum in this time period. So how about we head to the only other one that we can head to, which is in prehistory. The other ones it doesn't show up in because the continents are moving such. Speaking of moving continents, this continent moved over slightly to the left in about 600 plus 65 million BC amount of years. Math right now is not something I could do. But yeah, let's just drop down right around, there we go. Right around there is where I could drop down. We can head to the Lost Sanctum here. And this time around, maybe we could actually do something. Maybe there's no monsters here. All right, in we go. And we see that now it's rather empty. Which is kind of nice. We get a little bit of save point if you need it. But there's a couple areas that we can head to here and there. Is anybody here? I guess not. But this is a village, isn't it? Sure looks like one. Let's look around. Let's do that. Let's go down here first and check out what's going on down here. There's nobody here. Let's try somewhere else. So nothing there either. So let's try pretty much the only other place we can go, which is right up in here. So going up this way, we can't go in any of those caves at all. They just don't lead anywhere. But here we have a little bit of an area. I wish I could grab that, but it looks like we're gonna have to go around for it, unfortunately. This area here, like I said before, you could have accessed it before you even accessed the Black Omen. So if you haven't really leveled up Magus at all, like got his TP moves and stuff like that, this would be perfect for that. Because this is just all new enemies that you can deal with, and you could just kind of pop them in there, which in this case, I'm actually gonna do that just because it might make it a little bit easier. So if you haven't got all his moves, it's a pretty easy place to do it. Yeah, we're just gonna go right over here and see some new stuff. Look at all those monsters. I wonder if they attacked that village. Either way, we best clear all these monsters. Yeah, it's something that we can do, so let's clear them out. Our first objective in the Lost Sanctum is to just get rid of everything in this place. Our first group to deal with is these Ogan youths. They do have the hammer, but it's nothing too special there. You can't burn it with Luca like you could in the other ones. There's no real customization going on like that. So all we really gotta do for these is just use our big magics. They're all kind of susceptible to all our magics in this area, so just use all your big, strong effects, and you're gonna get through this area pretty easily. Even if you're kind of under level a little bit, it might just take 2. Just continue heading forward. Just keep an eye out too. On the DS version, it makes it a little bit easier to spot these, but there are chests in this area that you can kind of just go up and grab, like this high potion here. And a couple more enemies this way. Another set of enemies to deal with. This time around, we have a couple imps, as well as another Ogan youth. We can just, again, use Luminaire, use Lightning 2, Ice 2, Fire 2, Flare, Dark Matter, whatever you may have. Anything that is a big, strong nuke attack, just use it. These battles will go by pretty quickly. Again, this is definitely a perfect place to train up Magus's TP, because if you just got him and you're doing a side quest, this whole area is just filled with monsters constantly. You're going to be doing a lot of backtracking this entire Lost Sanctum section. So it's a lot of TP you can gain, and you don't have to sit there and do stuff like the conveyor belt in Robo side quest. Speaking of which, I actually have that so active in this save file so I could just train up if I wanted to. Eventually, I'm going to hit level 99, so I'm going to need something to grind with, and that's pretty useful. So there's that. But yeah, this place, you could just use physical attacks as well, but it does take a little bit longer to get rid of some things. I mean, I can't really kill everything in one hit unless I'm using Chrono, Robo, or Ayla, for example, but it is what it is, and you do have auto in the Steam version, so there is that. There we go, that's another set down. Go through here. I really wish I could avoid enemies, but I do have to get rid of everything in this area for this particular portion of this whole side quest shenanigans, which, encountering this one gives us an Ogre Chieftain to deal with as well. Nothing too, that thing was terrible. What was that? Either way, this one is just slightly stronger than the ones we've been dealing with. Nothing too special there. Same amount of defenses, a different counter attack where he just spins his hammer. Nothing too fancy. Just nuke the screen, just do about 1,600 damage, and he's dead. All right, and now that we got rid of these enemies, I can go grab that item that we saw earlier on when we first entered this place. It's kind of tucked into these trees over here, so you kind of have to find the spot for it. Come on, where are you? There it is. 20,000 G is what we get from that chest. Otherwise, this area looks kind of annoying in some places. Like right here. Right here, you can see trees sort of very, like a pixel of trees there, which means you can't go over there. I don't know why it's like that. It's weird. But that area is just like, nope, not going that way, even though it looks like you can. And it's just really annoying because you gotta find all the ways to get these chests, but I'll go grab that one later. I'll find out where it's at. Either way, we got another group of enemies here. Nothing that we can't already handle. You already know how this goes, so let me just kind of nuke the screen with whatever I may have. I'll just do Darkness, Living Air, Lightning 2, Ice 2, Fire 2, whatever I may have. As you can tell, I'm probably going to be skipping a lot of these battles once I'm, like, gone through a ton of them because it is kind of annoying. But after that, that should be the last set of enemies. I believe those were the last of them. What now? Do we return? Yes, the villagers might have come back. Let's go see. All right, that's perfect. So we're pretty much done here. And then, as you can tell, you got the sapling here. We just click on it whenever we see it interact. Look, a little tree. It's so cute. We need to do that. Make sure you click on that thing. I mean, it makes it obvious that you need to, but just make sure that you click on it. Because if you don't, you're going to miss like some stuff later and you have to come back here and you have to hit it again. It's just annoying. But just make sure to hit it. Just make sure to just tap it. That's all you really gotta do. In the meantime, though, there is, let's see, got that one. So how do I go about getting the other one? Wasn't there another one? Yeah, there's one right there. So how do I go about getting you? Yeah, there we go. Hi, Ether. Yeah, that wasn't even too helpful. But yeah, we're pretty much done here. We got rid of all the monsters, so all we really need to do is just head back. Phew, I'm worn out. Why don't we head back? There doesn't seem to be anything here but monsters anyway. Who's making all that hullabaloo outside? Go on, get yourself eaten by monsters. Serves you right, it will. Oh, a Reptite. They're still alive. Talking apes! And he stand on 2 feet? What madness is this? You call me an ape? You best learn your place, and quickly. Well, never minding that. Did you not spy any big, strong beasties about? Beasts, yes. Strong ones? No. We slew them all. You what? Oh, you wonderful, beautiful apes! Huh? We're free at last! Prisoners in our homes no more! After all these long years of suffering! Come on out, everyone! The monsters are gone for good! This isn't some cruel joke, is it? Is it truly safe? We can come outside? You have our most heartfelt thanks! Would that have dreamt that 8 men would have come to save us. Our days of cowering in cramped caves are finally at an end. You've done us a great kindness. It's not much, but we'd like to offer you this in thanks. After all you've done, it's the least we can give you. we get the Dragons tier. Well, I mean, you provided the time and all, but being as strong as you are, I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend an ear when we need of some help, would you? We wouldn't ask you to work for free, of course. We're prepared to compensate you for your efforts. I think it would be worth your while. What do you say? Yeah, because otherwise, what's the point? Why would you say no? Excellent! Come and speak to us now and again, then. We'll tell you if we ever have need of anything. Are we sure about this? Yeah, so these Reptites are completely different from the ones that we fought before. These ones still exist, which is kind of neat and all, but yeah, the Dragons tier. Dragons tier, Dragons tier, Dragons tier, Dragon, there it is. Boost critical hit rate, specifically by 20%. This could be very, very useful for about 3 characters, but right now, not so much. There's a couple things we need first before this becomes actually useful. I don't really necessarily need it because I'm kind of good on all the equipment. At the moment, everybody is kind of topped off. I played through this game a couple times, so yeah, all my stats are pretty high up there already. But if they haven't, wait a minute. Iron Fist. Yeah, this actually gets upgraded at level 72. It's weird because normally it's just fists and you can't change your equipment, period. It's kind of funny, that's another thing. But once she hits level 96, it gets upgraded again to the Bronze Fist, which just makes her even more broken at that point, but she's also level 96, so But as of right now, the Iron Fist may inflict confuse with her standard attacks. This is very, very useful, but the Bronze Fist, on the other hand, when you hit level 96, you can do 9,999 damage on critical hits. That's busted. You want this. It's very useful, but by the point you hit level 96, it may not be as useful as it could be. Either way, you might as well get started on all these fetch quests, so let's go up to you. There's something I was hoping you might help me with. A legend in our village tells us of a tool known as the Golden Hammer. I'd like you to search for it, if you'd be willing. The tales say it's made from a wood of a golden tree. I'm afraid I can't tell you very much else. You suppose you could spare the time to search? Yes, let's search for the Golden Hammer. That's our first quest. Truly. Oh, I knew I could depend on you. But technically, it's our second because we just had to clear the monsters from that place. If we go back there, the monsters return, so technically, I don't know what. But yeah, we can find out more about this quest by just talking around here. Looking for the Golden Hammer, you say? Well, there's a patch of golden sand in a flower meadow down in the Great Southern Swamp. Guess that's not what you're looking for, though, is it? Yeah, if you want, like, details about things that are going on, you just go around, just talk to the Reptites here. You can find out more information. Through the narrow passages to the west is the cavern darkest pitch. Beyond that, well, who can know? The place is so dark you cannot see a thing, but I think there's something hidden there. Keep that in mind for later. The legend of the Golden Hammer. Oh yes, I heard it long ago. Sprinkling golden sand about a young sapling would cause it to produce golden wood. The hammer is made from that. So remember that golden sapling, or not the golden sapling. Well, technically it's golden because it is in golden area, but that sapling. We need to remember that, and that's why we clicked on it. I love things that sparkle, don't you? Gemstones and such are so beautiful. We'll keep that in mind for later as well. That's another side quest we gotta do. Go here, and you get a free heal. So if you want to heal for free at any point, you could go here, or you could just leave this place and use a shelter. They're plentiful and not expensive at this point at all. So there's that. Yeah, free heal. Not a big deal. So we'll just head over here. What else do we got in this place? There are a lot of people to deal with. We don't really have to worry about those ladders here for now. That's just an area we'll be dealing with later. If you happen to come across a rusted blade, bring it to me, will you? I'll reforge it for you. And we can buy other stuff here too. At this point, some of these items might be better if you got here before the Black Omen. But right now, it's nothing really too fancy for me. But you can buy these, I guess, if you want them. It makes it easier to find them. I mean, I have 99 of each because I played through this game multiple times already, but yeah, you can also buy elixirs too, so there's that. But right now, the stock isn't anything too special to write home about. You seem to be doing well. Well, if only my daughter had that much energy. Keep that in mind for later, that's another side quest to deal with, so we need to find some golden sand. First thing to do is to head down this way. So, the Great Southern Swamp. You could go around, just grab a couple chests here and there. High potion, see a bunch of areas that we could head towards later. Nothing over here. There's a chest that way. Hello, Froggle. These new enemies, the King Frog. They're nothing too special, but they do absorb light base attacks, so don't use those. And their magic resistance is kinda normal per se, nothing too fancy there. They go down quick to physical attacks. They have no defenses whatsoever, so just kinda spam your auto if you have it, or just attack like crazy. They'll go down pretty quickly if you have physical attackers on your party. Either way, they don't really do too much damage at this point in the game, and if you're even sufficiently high level or have any sort of magic defenses, you're pretty okay. Not a big deal there. Continue forward, we have a couple paths we can take. We can go up or down, we'll go up first, because if we head around over here, get another enemy encounter. This time around, with this big, purpley goop. This new enemy is the Death Creeper. Oh man. So, all we really gotta do in this one is just kind of hit it hard. It doesn't have any like resistances against magic or anything like that, so just go ham at it. Just do a little bit of damage, it'll go down pretty quick. Just be wary because it does have strong attacks and like shadow-based attacks as well, so just make sure you take it out first because the pink frogs don't really do too much damage to you, and the Death Creeper will just go pretty quickly. Down we go, grab you for 8,000 G. We do get a lot of money here, but unfortunately you don't keep any of it in New Game Plus. I mean, I have a lot of money now, but at the end of the day, it's really not worth keeping because you're just gonna lose it all in New Game Plus. So what you could do once you beat the game, if you have like a ton of money, just dump it into like equipment that sells for a lot. And then when you come back, like when you go into the New Game Plus, just sell all that equipment and you essentially got your money back. So it's an easy way to get money that way. A lot of enemies this way over here. Grab this, another Athenian water. And we have a new enemy up over here as well if we talk to this frog here. A couple more frogs just spawn in. As well as a jackpot. The jackpot has a decent amount of physical defenses, so you're best off just using magic on it. You could attack it if you want, but it has like 250-ish defense, so yeah, at this point, you're probably not going to do much unless you have like Robo and his Crisis Arm and things like that. Otherwise, just spam magic at it and it's going to die pretty quickly. Perfect. All right, and up here we have a way forward that they were talking about before, where it's a new cave, but we don't need to worry about that because we're only dealing with this area over here. So just avoid that enemy that I just accidentally made respawn. Go over here, and we get the golden sand. That golden sand most likely doesn't appear if you haven't talked to the Reptite that tells you about it right next to the quest giver, which could be annoying because you're constantly looking for it and then you can't find it anywhere, so yeah. These side quests are kind of tedious and they're not really well done, but it is more stuff to do, so if you want more game, you have more game. It does get a little bit better later on. The Lost Sanctum itself is just do stuff, do stuff, do stuff, so it's not the best content around, but it is extra stuff. So we got the golden sand, right? So now we're gonna go back through this forest. Starting to get the trend a little bit, we're gonna be heading through areas again and again and again and again. The only slight difference this time around is that there's some monsters, but we also have this Reptite here. There used to be an enormous tree growing in this wood, but those monsters felled it. What a waste. It was such a strong and stalwart tree. We can avoid most of the encounters here. There's a couple forced ones, about 3 of them. But once you're past that, you can get back to the sapling, no problem. So, and right over here, yeah, that's probably not how that's supposed to work. Yeah, we don't want to see that there like that. We want to be able to just click on it and sprinkle the golden sand around. I suppose that's how that works. I think one of them flew off into the corner there, very far away from the tree, but okay. All right, now all we have to do is wait for it to grow into a tree. How long do you suppose that will take? Oh, what if we came back here through the other gate in the Middle Ages? Maybe we'll have already grown. Okay, so we're done here for the moment, but before we leave, right back down here, there's a little bit of a grove area. There's a rare spawn that may trigger around here called the Wonder Rock. If you see it, make sure you have Maro and Ayla set in your party at this point and have haste helms equipped if you have them. Make sure you have haste and then just use Twin Charm, because you'll steal an item called the Lumicite Shard, which will let you get one of the best armors in the game for Luca. If you came here before tackling the Black Omen, you may not be prepared for it, but just be wary of it. There are more chances to get it later. This is not the only place that it spawns. Either way, let's head toward the Middle Ages. There we go. Now all we gotta do is just move over to the left a little bit, go back down, and go into here. This is like the only reason we have this other Lost Sanctum part in the 680, just so we have this extra little, oh hey, now we go through this area slightly differently. Have you something to say? It's talking apes! Hairless talking apes! Run for your lives! Wait. Are you truly talking apes? You're a rude one, aren't you? No, we're not apes, we're humans. I see, so the legend was true after all. What do you mean, Elder? It's the most ancient legend. Long ago, hordes of vicious monsters preyed upon our village, threatening to destroy our people entirely. But just when hope was lost, the most unusual of heroes appeared. Talking apes? None other, and in no time at all, they drove monsters away and saved the village. So, these apes are the heroes from the legend? I believe they may well be. Pardon me for being so forward, but might we contract your assistance? Contract? I would propose a contract by which we will reward you for your aid on certain tasks and errands which you cannot do ourselves. If you have the strength you seem to have, I think you find it a profitable proposition. What do you say? Yes. Otherwise, why would we be doing this? So, yes. Then we are agreed. If it's not too sudden, I have a task for you already. The monsters in the wood beyond have been growing in number as of late. Would you vanquish them for us, brave heroes? The Fiend Lord, a hero. A droll thought. So yes, we have another version of this village in 600 AD as well. So let's go around and talk and see what we got. I noticed a golden tree in the Millennial Wood is gone when I went exploring not long ago. Cut down by Ogans, no doubt. They're always felling trees to craft those hammers of theirs. They're hammers of theirs, and we spread golden sand, so maybe the golden hammer? If you ever happen to find some lumicite, would you bring it to me? I'll craft you some fine armor from it. I've been a smith for a great many years. That was what I was talking about with the Wonder Rock earlier. If we actually get the lumicite shard from that, we can get some really fancy armor. I've been thinking of taking a walk in the mountains. You should go too. Yeah, there are mountains to visit in this place, and that's gonna be another area, but we're going to tackle that later. I want to build something that will last for future generations to use, like a ladder. Incredible, aren't they? Ladders. I always wonder who built them, and when. Who knows? I'm actually kind of curious about that. I actually don't know who invented the ladder. The neighbor of mine loves to build things, almost as much as he loves to tell me about it. Hasn't he anyone else to bother all day? It's been my lifelong dream to build a great bridge to span the mountains. I'll do it, just you watch. All right, so what we need to do is first get a free heal, because free heals are free heals. And now we have a forest to clear out, yet again. So this time around, it's pretty much the same exact map, but slightly different color, which can get annoying. But yep, we're gonna go back through this area and clear out some more enemies. So let me make short work of this, because we're mostly dealing with the same stuff as before. Nothing too fancy here, same stuff, just screen nuke and you're done. There we go, another group down. Just head forward and see what else we got here. We got this area right over here. I always look over there and I always think there's a chest, but it's just like a weird part of the map. But over here we got one. Shelter. All right, here we go again. It's kind of annoying because a lot of the enemies here, it looks like you could just avoid them, but we're clearing out the monsters here, so you might as well just, you know, go and do that. Another set of imps down, which at this point you must be really thinking that, man, these reptites are really weak if they can't handle imps, which that would be accurate. Either way, we got 25,000 G from that chest, which would be useful if not for New Game Plus deleting our money. Either way, we have a couple jackpots to come around, so we gotta use some magic in order to get rid of them, so I might as well just screen nuke. Whoops, I had auto on. My bad. Okie moving forward just a little bit further. I do want that chest. I always forget how to grab this one. How do I get in there? Right over here. There we go. Get a turbo ether. Those are always nice. These they just give you 99 MP. And now it's time for the Ogan Variety Hour. Just a couple more Ogans to deal with. Nothing too fancy. And that should be it for the encounters once again. What happened to our golden tree? You don't suppose it died, do you? Look, it's the golden hammer. And we get taunted and it runs away. Wait! He has fled, but he cannot have gone far. Yeah, he can have gone far indeed, but thank you, game, for making me, like, have to go a couple steps over to get a Mega Elixir, as well as a Dragon Head. The Dragon Head is a helmet accessory, which gives us Strength plus 5. It could be useful, but for me, not so much, because mostly every one of my characters is kind of like maxed out in strength, so I'm probably just going to stick with more defenses because I think I'm okay there. For anybody else though, it could be useful if you don't have haste helms. Otherwise, just stick with stuff that gives you a little bit more benefits than maybe 5 strength. It's not really that big of a difference. It can be useful though if you just want to ebb out just slightly bit more strength in some characters here and there. It kind of depends. It really does. But for me, I'm just going to change on my party really quick because we're about to fight a boss. Well, technically a boss. Nothing really too fancy there. Got that golden hammer Ogan to deal with, so we just got to chase him down. So let me just, make sure everybody's topped off here really quick and I am good to go. So while we may have lost him in a brief fade to black, it's not going to be too hard to find him. Just start heading out of here and he's going to come to you. The gold hammer isn't anything too special. He has about 5,800 HP, give or take. All you really gotta do is just use your big moves, your ices, your lightnings, your fires, whatever you may have, just as long as it's a big double tech, triple tech, single tech, whatever you have that deals a lot of damage. Just make sure it's magic based, because if you hit him in the face, he's going to counter with a move called Rush, which will bring down one of your characters to 1 HP. If you're having problems dealing a lot of damage with magic and you need to be using other things, just make sure you have like a decent healer with you, in this case Admiral, just in case, because he can hit me for a ton of damage at this point still. I mean, he might do a little bit more damage to people that are a little bit under level compared to me. But either way, I'm pretty much fine, and I had this team comp right here that I could just use Delta Storm and end it. It doesn't have that much health. He'll go down in a couple turns. At this point, a lot of bosses, they kind of wanted to artificially extend the length of the game. So their HP levels, yeah, they're decently high, but if you came here after you beat the game a couple times, or once or twice, give or take, you're gonna plow through this area regardless. If not, just use magic and you're fine. Gotcha. Put up a good fight, didn't you? But now it's time you handed over that hammer. There we go, and that gives us a golden hammer. But now we gotta go turn in that quest that, hey, we defeated all the stuff here. So might as well just get back to the village really quick. Problem solved. We took care of them all. You slew all of them. Heroes indeed. Please, take this as your reward. And our reward is a Mega Elixir. You could always use more of those. I'm sure we'll have other tasks to request of you in the days to come. Hope we can count on your aid. Well, I suppose you can. But for right now, we have some more stuff to do, such as go back to 65 million BC and turn in this hammer. Oh my, this is it, the golden hammer of legend. Won't you give it to me? I'll make it well worth your while. I mean, yeah, I was doing this quest for you, but okay. Thank you ever so much. Please take this in return. 100,000 G. If you ever need money, this is probably the easiest way to get it. Well, I could definitely use that at the shop up above and get a ton of elixirs if I wanted to. Other than that, it's money I gotta dump into other stuff so I can keep in New Game Plus. It's gonna be a little annoying, but it is what it is. Either way, now that we're done with that, thank you ever so much. Golden Hammer is as glorious as the legends say. Well, I hope so, because it took me a little bit to get. A little bit of a lot of a little bit to a lot to get. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a doozy. Either way, that is one of the first big side quests down. We had to do multiple side quests to even get to this point. So, next time on Azure Plays more Chrono Trigger, we have more of the Lost Sanctum to go. It's going to take us quite a bit of time. Not a lot, mind you, but it will be some decent chunk of time. See you all then.